So, I know you've probably seen a few videos like this before, but trust me, this one will be different. I know things about you that you may not even know about yourself yet. Plus, I might have some advice that could help in your future, so pay attention. Also, I'll just mention if you care, I'm going to be using the announcer voice like Falcon did, because, well, I can't think of a better transition. So, without further ado, enjoy my sloppy subpar editing.
Mario!
You're just a swell guy who really likes video games, is looking for a profitable job, and wants a healthy relationship.
Donkey Kong!
You actually have a decent singing voice, you just don't really know it yet.
Once I was the ape of the hour, they think I'm a coward, an absolute zero, I'm nobody's hero.
Link!
You'd be much happier in life if you abandoned everything and started living in the wilderness as some kind of hairy beast creature, hunting and scavenging for your own food, just like Link does in Breath of the Wild. Just make sure you have a place to go where you can occasionally practice your Link from time to time.
Samus!
Your parents will in fact die.
Dog Samus!
You used to play Samus, and also all your friends used to think you were a little pussy, completely unrelated to you playing Samus. And now you're like, and this is finally my chance to show them that I'm cool now, despite the fact that they don't even play Smash Brothers anymore.
Yoshi!
You have absolutely no problem pooping in public toilets. However, you are going to poop out a big Yoshi egg one of these days, which isn't going to flush. You'll have no idea what to do in that situation, so you'll just leave it there for the janitors to worry about.
Kirby!
You probably laugh at Ugandan Knuckles memes.
Fox!
Even if you haven't played the game, you quote Star Fox 64 lines in your sleep. People are just too polite to tell you.
Pikachu!
Eventually you're going to be forcefully sucked into the Pokemon universe, and then accused of murder by Detective Pikachu. The investigation will somehow result in you having to beat Detective Pikachu in Smash in order to prove your innocence. Detective Pikachu mains Rob.
Luigi!
You're a ghost hunting expert, just like good old Chris Bores.
It's interesting because I take a very unorthodox approach to ghost hunting. I take things like the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead, Kabbalah, and things that normally ghost hunters don't really use. And I take concepts out of all these things, roll them up, and create a systematic approach to talking to spirits.
Ness!
You've either played Earthbound before, or you've never played Earthbound before.
Captain Falcon!
If you main Captain Falcon, then his theme song from F-Zero GX is going to play at your funeral, whether you like it or not.
Jigglypuff!
You're actually a sentient balloon that's just disguising themselves as a human. You were exiled from the rest of your balloon kind for being too much of a dork who plays video games, and now you're trying to blend into human society so you can continue your passion.
Peach!
You have these suppressed fantasies about being kidnapped that you've been trying to keep buried throughout most of your life, until eventually you just say f*** it and decide to pay for one of those kidnapping services. And you'll have the guy dress up as Bowser when he does it.
Daisy!
You think the Gorillaz are just an okay band. Not one of your all-time favorites, but you like a few of their songs. And if your friends were to play one of their albums in the car, then you wouldn't mind at all.
Bowser!
Your insides are actually comprised of a bunch of dungeon layouts and mini-games. Your friends might shrink down in size and get sucked inside of you one of these days, in which case they'll start playing these mini-games and affecting your body in ways that you will have no control over.
Ice Climbers!
If you play the game while wearing a parka and mittens, you'll actually be much worse at it. However, if you play the game with two people holding the same controller, now that's a different story.
Sheik!
Unlike Yoshi mains, you're the kind of people who get really embarrassed about pooping in public. You just sit there on the toilet waiting for every single person to leave. and every second you wait feels like an eternity, while all you're doing is holding it up for everyone else. Look, I know you're not pooping right now, Sheik mains. I gotta poop too, you know. What, do I have to leave so you're not embarrassed about pooping? Literally everyone does it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Zelda.
Your girlfriend slash boyfriend slash crush in real life is going to get a cute anime redesign, just like Zelda did. However, the process is going to be excruciatingly painful, and they'll live the rest of their life in pure agony until you finally put them out of their misery.
Dr. Mario.
What did I write about Mario? Okay, let's see here. Ah, there we go.
Pichu.
If you stick something metal into the electrical socket, you'll actually be immune to the dangerous shock.
Falcon.
You're a real bird brain!
Marth.
Okay, so I actually have a stigma against Marth players for being the ultimate tryhards. I just don't see people going, you know what, I just want to have fun. I'll play Marth. I see Marth players as just playing to win. I don't know, maybe I'm just salty about all the Marth players I lose to online. So yeah, f*** you Marth, with your damn sword and your going off stage to counter my recovery. I bet you're also the same people who play Bardock in Dragon Ball FighterZ, aren't you? God, you make me sick.
Lucina.
Just the same as Marth players, really. Probably less hygienic.
Young Link.
If you main Young Link, you're going to get hemorrhoids in the future. I'm sorry, but there's just nothing that can be done about it. They have creams for it though, so you might want to stock up on some now. Stock up, get a few. You have no idea how much you'll really need.
Ganondorf.
A sample of your DNA was collected while you were sleeping by a group of scientists who were trying to genetically engineer the perfect Ganondorf main. A player who would stomp all over every other Ganon main in existence and create the most spectacular For Glory montage videos the world has ever seen. They eventually got bored of this project though and decided to do something else, so you have nothing to really worry about. For now at least.
Mewtwo.
You're a good Christian role model.
Roy.
You're a good Chris Chan role model.
Compliments will get you fuzzy wuzzies. War gets you prickly wicklies.
Chrome.
You'll watch every single one of the Marvel movies, but not because you really want to. A little parasite has burrowed its way into your head and is going to take control over your body in order to watch them all through you. The parasite is a huge Marvel fan, but can't see any of the movies on its own because it doesn't have any money or arms.
Mr. Game & Watch.
If you have a healthy diet and exercise often, you're still going to die before some people who take care of their bodies like shit. You might as well just start drinking and eating whatever the hell you want for all the good it's gonna do you.
Meta Knight.
I really wish my dad would return my calls, you know? We don't have to talk for long, just to catch up a little. Even if it's for only a minute. Just so I know he still considers me a part of his life. Oh wait, Meta Knight, yeah, you're cool.
Hit.
You're a closeted furry. You don't want to pick any of the anthropomorphic animal characters because, well, that'll just be too obvious, wouldn't it? So you pick the next best thing. A boy with bird wings.
Dark Pit.
Dark Pit mains.
Zero Suit Samus.
You'll be wandering past the woods one of these days when you'll see what appears to be some kind of hairy Sasquatch creature lurking around. You'll quickly grab your phone to try to record him, thinking that you've spotted some legendary beast. But it turns out it'll just be a Link main who's coming to challenge you to a match in order to learn the Zero Suit matchup more.
Wario.
You're going to come across a new group of friends who you'll actually think are pretty cool. After hanging out and partying with them a few times, you'll then come to learn that this new group is actually comprised of a bunch of Satanists. But they're really chill about it, they never force the religion onto you or anything, so despite them occasionally bringing up topics that make you feel awkward, you'll continue to hang out with them from time to time.
Snake.
In another life, you were a successful trapeze artist, and let me tell you, you were the best of the best. Everyone would come from around the world to marvel at your act. That is until one unfortunate night when a tragic accident caused the end of your career, and you lived out the rest of your days as an angry, bitter old hermit.
Ike.
You've never actually played any of the Fire Emblem games with Ike in it, have you? You just like swinging his big, silly sword around.
Pokemon Trainer.
If you play one specific Pokemon for too long, then your child will be born as that Pokemon, so it's best to try to balance out your use of all three.
Diddy Kong.
You don't have a very good singing voice.
Is there something you should tell me, big buddy? Are you aware of the glare from the sun shining off of your hair?
Lucas.
You enjoy wearing adult diapers around the house, not because you need them, but because you find them both comfortable and convenient. You only do this when you're not in public, though. As soon as someone asks you to hang out, you're like, I guess I'll change myself.
Sonic.
One day you're going to hear a knock at the door, and when you look outside, you'll see what appears to be Sonic the Hedgehog in the real world. He'll say, "Hey man, it's me, Sonic. Can you let me in?" Do not let him in. That isn't the real Sonic.
King Dedede.
I'm gonna go to school and get me some learning so's I can finally figure out a way to outsmart Kirby.
Olimar.
You're either an alcoholic or will become an alcoholic.
Lucario.
You are going to wake up one morning and find out that you've been transformed into an Incineroar. Your first instinct will be to immediately shout, but I'm a Lucario main! And then you're going to hear a very faint, "Damn it!" from outside your window from the witch who put this curse on you.
Rob.
You're the kind of person who really wishes they could be more helpful to their friends when they're telling you about their troubles, but you just never know what the right thing to say is. You often apologize to them for not being very good at this, and they'll always tell you, no, you're fine. But deep down, you know you're not fine.
Toon Link.
You secretly know all the lyrics to the Swim This Way song from Kingdom Hearts 2, but you're so embarrassed by this fact that it makes you almost vomit just thinking about it.
Wolf.
This picture, this one right here, it's actually a snapshot from the future, and it's taken from your 47th birthday party.
Villager.
You'll be looking out your window one night, and everything will be quiet. When all of a sudden, boom! You see the villager appearing right outside of your house, staring into your soul and clutching an axe in his little mitten of a hand. You panic and quickly run across the entire house, making sure everything is locked, but you're too late. He somehow managed to get inside. You make a mad dash to your room, locking the door behind you and turning off the lights. There you stand, trying to remain as quiet as possible. But your heart is pounding out of your chest, and you just can't stop your loud, terrified breathing. Then, you feel a presence from behind. You turn around, and there he is! You fall to the ground, stumbling backwards and cowering in the corner of your room, waiting in dread for whatever fate he has in store for you. But then, he just holds out his hand with a sheet of paper in it. You hesitantly take the paper from him, and he leaves. When you look at what's written down on it, it simply says, "Creepy villager memes are getting old.
Mega Man.
In the events of the inevitable mechanical uprising, your lives will actually be spared. The machines appreciate your dedication to one of their kind, so they'll keep you around, having you all compete in Mega Man dittos for their amusement. They're going to pick you over the Rob mains because, well, they just simply like Mega Man more.
Wii Fit Trainer.
If you die too many times in the game, then you'll die in real life, and your ghost is gonna pick a new main.
Rosalina&Luma.
One of your friends found a mysterious, unmarked flash drive that was left at their house. One that's filled with thousands upon thousands of pornographic Princess Peach pictures. Ones for every single fetish imaginable. But you're playing Rosalina, not Peach. It's the perfect plan. They'll never suspect you.
Little Mac.
Unlike Little Mac, you actually have a really good recovery in real life. So playing as any other character is just kind of boring to you.
Greninja.
There's this large, mentally challenged purple cat who's been looking around for you. I'm not really sure if you know him, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you know.
Me.
You're going to end up falling deeply in love with whatever me character you use. So much so that, when nobody's looking, you give the screen a little kiss. And much to your surprise, this action breaks the magic spell, and your me appears from right out of the game, only to tell you that they do not feel the same way about you. Then you both realize that neither of you have any idea how to get them back inside of the game, so your me character has to sort of awkwardly live with you until you can sort this all out.
Palutena.
You think you're a lot cooler than you really are.
Pac-Man.
You're a little lad who likes berries and cream. Oh, remember that commercial?
Berries and cream, I'm a little lad with berries and cream.
That's you, Pac-Man mains.
Robin.
Did you know that the person who voices Robin also does the voice for Richter Belmont? So, I mean, like, you might as well just start maining Richter, too. They're practically the same character at this point.
Shulk.
You'll be playing Shulk for so long that your own perception of time will be completely thrown off. You'll be checking your phone one day, wondering what time it is, when all you'll see is Shulk time. You check your computer, Shulk time. The microwave, Shulk time. You run out to find the nearest analog clock, and what do you see? Shulk time. Welcome to hell.
Bowser Jr.
You know, I used to main this character. Not much anymore, so this one doesn't really apply to me. But all I can say is, if you're playing Ludwig, Roy, or Wendy, then you're cool. If you play as Iggy, you're a f***ing freak, aren't you? If you play Lemmy, then you probably have a decent taste in metal music. If you play Larry or Morton, then you're alright. And if you actually use Bowser Jr., come on man, just pick one of the other ones. They're a lot cooler.
Duck Hunt.
The next time you get into an argument with someone, a mysterious being from outside our realm of existence is going to shoot that person dead. And let me tell you, it'll be very traumatizing for you.
Rio.
My favorite things are stale bread, water without any ice, and dirt.
Ken.
You're going to get a tattoo that you'll like for about a week, then immediately regret for the rest of your life.
Cloud.
God, there are so many characters in this game. And this one is just so boring. Okay, alright, The road to success is always under construction. There you go, that one's for you, Cloud Mains.
Corin.
So I wanted to go ahead and share some more with you guys about my Dragonkin journey and how dreams have played a huge role in for me discovering that I am Dragonkin and kind of coming to terms with being Dragonkin.
Bayonetta.
You actually prefer to be the sub, not the dom. But unfortunately, your soulmate will also prefer to be the sub. So you both have to take turns being the dom. However, neither of you are very good at it, so you both just end up kind of living a rather sexually unfulfilling rest of your lives.
Inkling.
Eventually, all the Inkling mains in the world are going to be run over with a giant steamroller. So, you know, if I were you, I'd stop playing Inklings online, but hey, that's just me.
Ridley.
Oh, would you look at that? It says here if you're a Ridley main, then you happen to be very knowledgeable about other people and their mains. Wait, what's that say? Also, you probably wore a fedora in high school? Wait, what was that doing there? Hey! Hey, I'm talking to you here!
Simon.
Turns out you're actually a descendant of some kind of barbarian Viking group, and the Viking blood coursing through your veins has compelled you to choose the character that closest resembles your lineage. As a bonus, listening to Viking metal while you play will actually increase your abilities, so go find a good playlist out there.
Richter.
Did you know that the person who voices Richter Belmont also voices Robin? So you might as well just start playing Robin too. I mean, they're practically the same character at this point.
King K. Rool.
Lies and fibs,
cheats and steals. My treacherous villainy makes me squeal. I never tip, I butt in line. I never clean the dishes and it suits me fine. I'm so pleased, I'm such a sleaze. This bad guy thing's a breeze. Isabelle!
You secretly hate playing this game because the mere thought of Isabelle losing at something, or God forbid getting hurt, just brings a tear to your eye. Aw, is baby gonna cry cause their little cartoon character dog got a boo-boo?
Incineroar!
Let's see, should I go with the pro wrestler joke or the furry porn joke?
Meow. Meow.
Piranha Plant!
You love Piranha Plant so f***ing much that you snort grounded up plant life. You'd absolutely love to be visited by piranha plants or to be turned into a piranha plant in real life or something like that. But unfortunately, unlike a lot of the other people on this list, nothing supernatural or out of the ordinary is ever going to happen to you. Oh right, he doesn't have one yet. Joker! So, there you have it. That's all the characters so far. Please feel free to share this video with everyone you know. Spread the truth. This list may even come in handy for some people. Also, if you wanted to throw it a like while you were at it and, do that other thing, hey, that'd be pretty cool.